What's up? It's Erin. How are you? All right, today we're gonna get into a little bit of a story time, but God, this is so interesting. So, I don't know how this happened. Okay. All right, so let's start from the beginning. So, my homegirl Taylor, follow her on Instagram at Taylorie. Taylor tagged me in this post on Instagram about, oh, looking for models, but can you walk though? Like, we need models for runway, blah blah blah. And I guess it's for New York Fashion Week, but it's gonna be like a virtual show because of COVID in LA. And I was like, Taylor, I don't know about this. Like, I can't walk. Like, me personally, I'm more of like a print model, e-com kind of girl that I want to like be able to do. And I'm like, I'm not really a walker. I like the print e-com. And I was kind of like bummed out because I didn't get casted in a casting that I had went to a couple days before that. Like, I was really excited about this casting, and I was like, yo, like, I really want to be in it. And it was like a legit photo shoot for this new upcoming brand by this model, and I was just like, yo, like, this would be dope. But I guess I didn't get it. And so I was just sitting there kind of bummed out, like, yo, like, I'm like, why am I gonna sit here and apply to this runway show and I don't know how to walk, barely, and it's probably just gonna be another no. And so she's like, you better go, you better practice your walk right now, blah, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay, well, let me just go ahead and sign up. So I submitted, they wanted me to submit my stats, my Instagram, and then some photos, and then they wanted me to submit like a video of me walking. So if you can see on my Instagram, follow me on Instagram at I am Erin Smith. I do have a video of me walking from last year, so I just submitted that. And so I guess they went through like their submissions, and then they found the people that they wanted to like see in person for the casting. And surprisingly, they wanted me, and I was like, yo, like, what? And so that's when I had called Taylor, and I was like, yo, they want me to come in. Oh my God. And she's like, you better go. Like, this whole time, she's like, you better do it. You better go. And I'm just like, yo, dog, I don't want to make myself look stupid. Like, Friday was the casting. Today's Sunday. Friday was the casting. And so I went for the casting. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll just go make myself look stupid because I don't know how to walk. I don't know what I'm doing. The designer was very, very nice. She's very, very pretty. Like, everybody was really nice. And I was like, okay, like, I feel comfortable. I don't feel nervous. And I was like, you know what, the night before that, I was just trying to, like, bust my butt, trying to, like, walk and, like, make myself look somewhat presentable. The casting was, like, cool. It was just me and this other girl at the moment because of, you know, COVID issues, just, you know, keeping distance for people and different timings for them to come in. And so I did my walk first, and I was like nervous, but I wasn't at the same time, which is weird. But they had me walk down like a long hallway and then walk back, and they recorded that. And so they asked for my info, and I was like, okay, cool. And so the assistant girl, I'm not quite sure her title. I don't want to be disrespectful, but she was like, okay, like, we'll let you know if we want you by 2 p.m. today, or we'll let you know by tomorrow. So I was like, okay, cool. And so I called Taylor back after the casting, and I let her know, like, hey, like, this is what they said, this is how it went. Like, I feel like I totally bombed it. Like, I feel like I just sucked totally, like, altogether. And I think I messed up at the end. I feel like they didn't like it or whatever. And she's like, whatever. That whole Friday, like, passes by. I don't hear anything by 2 p.m. And I was like, well, dang, I'm like, I probably definitely didn't get it. And then Saturday, it's like the whole day, and I'm just like, yeah, I did not get it. And I'm just like, dang, like, another casting gone by. Like, I know I shouldn't let it get to me, but I'm just like, dang, another casting, like, that I was kind of excited about. Like, dang, like, now I can't get it. And I'm just like, why, God? I was sitting here, like, in my feelings, like, God, like, why can't you open up doors for me that will get me someplace and, like, get me, you know, doing stuff and, like, you know, just get me from sitting in here in my little humble abode. Like, I want to get out into the scene, even though, you know, we're kind of, you know, we're in quarantine. So I was just talking to God, like, all day, like, wow, God, like, I keep trying out for all these things, and it's just like a no, no, no. But then I was just like thinking, like, okay, you can get 1,000 no's, but one yes can, like, change everything, or one yes so it can be just like such an upliftment for you. And so I was like, okay, God, I'm like, I'm still mad at you though. I'm like, man, God, why can't you open these doors for me? I know you know what's best, but I'm just sitting here like mad. And so I was like, oh God, man, I just need you to do something. And so that's when I was eating a little ice cream sandwich. And I was like, oh God. And so then I opened my phone and I checked my little emails, and at 10 something, I got the call back, and I was like, what? I was like, oh God, I'm sorry. I was like, you know what? You was quick. I'm sorry. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna walk in the show. Like, I'm gonna walk in this New York fashion show that I've been praying to be able to do. Like, I've had goals for this year, and I was like, walking in a fashion show or like a fashion week show has been it for me. And so now it's just like, whoa, God, like, do I really get to do this right now? Like, what? Like, regardless, I'm just excited. And so I called Taylor, and I was like calling her. She didn't answer the first time. I called the second time, she answered, and I was like, chick, I got it. And we just freaked out. We went crazy. And I was like, yo, dog, like, what am I finna do? Because I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, now I got it. But now I'm concerned because I don't know what kind of shoes they finna have us walking in. And I don't want to be looking stupid because I just looked and it looks like there's some like legit models and modeling agencies on that little roster of models. And I'm just like, dang, they probably know what they doing. And I don't. Like, it's not a big list either of like models. It's guys and girls. It's not a big list. And I'm just like, wow, like, how did I make this? How? So I'm just like, maybe I didn't do as bad as I thought I did. Today's Sunday. That was Saturday night. Today I was just like preparing, like I was shaving. I was getting my face together, even though I got lots of acne. I'm gonna get that together. The run through for the show is tomorrow. For the taping of the show. The actual show is gonna happen on Tuesday. And I'm just like, I hope I don't fall. But luckily it's taped and they can probably tape it over again if I do fall. I'm just trying not to mess up, yo. Like, I'm really trying not to. I hope the shoes are comfortable so I can actually walk decently. So today's Sunday night. I have to wake up at like 5. I have to be there at like 6:30. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't really tape. I can't tape anything or photograph anything. I have to sign an NDA, which I'm like, okay, it's fine. That's whatever. It's like a fashion show, whatever. So I have to do that, but I'm gonna just, give you story time, give you my reaction of like how I feel like everything went, and then hopefully maybe I can fit some of the show in here, maybe not. If not, I'll try and send you to a link or like my Instagram to see me in the show, but I'm just crossing my fingers that everything goes well. I'm praying to God. We be talking, as I just told you, we be talking. I'm just praying that everything goes really, really well. And everything is really cool, and then I will definitely hit you guys up in the morning. Good night, and pray for me. All right, y'all. I some kind of way remembered to film myself. It is 5:12 in the morning, and I only slept for like 6 hours, so, oh God. I was gonna eat food. I feel like I just ate, and I'm not even hungry right now. So I was just gonna drink some water and call it a day. I kept like waking up during the night. Like, I woke up at least like 3 times. I don't know if I was just like nervous or if I was excited. Oh yeah, I got bags. So now let's get this shower on the road. Yeah. When I tell y'all I don't do runway. Oh God. Y'all, my feet hurt so bad right now. My feet hurt so bad. Y'all. My worst fears happened, y'all. The shoes was not it. Y'all, I got a headache, y'all. I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm tired, my feet hurt, I'm about to pass out, but I was like, let me come over here and record. I just got back. It's like 2 o'clock, I just got back. I actually stayed longer. Like after everybody was able to leave, I actually stayed longer to do a little bit more, like a couple like cute shoots really quick. Everything was going fine, right? Everything was cool. Like I got there on time. I got there early. On time. I was the first to get my hair and like makeup done basically. And you know, everything was feeling good. I was in, you know, models were coming in, you know, it was like 6 o'clock. They were coming in. I felt like, okay, like I belong here. So I thought, I belong here. I'm a model. This is what we do. I belong here. I'm gonna give it the best I got. And I'm praying, hoping and praying that the shoes are gonna give me stability and like not gonna be weird and like, you know, grab me in all the right places and like have, you know, decent support. And so I got my little outfit. It was cute. The designer did a wonderful job. She's amazing. She's bubbly. She's social. She's personable. I was very honored to be able to walk for her and to be there. And she's just amazing. First off, she's great. The whole team was great. Like everybody had a great attitude, great enthusiasm. Everybody was just happy and doing their job and whatever. It was an amazing time. I had an amazing time at this show. Amazing. Everybody was amazing. The models were amazing, super cool. Like nobody was too good. Like a dude from Black is King from Beyonce was in there, like in the show, and I was like, dog, like what? Like everything was cool. I got my outfit, then I got the shoes, and I was like, I'm like, they're okay. I'm like, these aren't too bad. They had the little stiletto heel. They hugged me around my toe and then around like my ankle-ish part, and I was like, okay, this gives me enough stability. So I walked in the heels just to like try them, and I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. I think I can get the hang of these shoes. And then she put me in some socks. I think that's where it went. That's where I think it went wrong. She put me in socks, and I was like, knowing socks and heels, I know they're gonna probably slide. So I put them on. I was a little bit less comfortable than I was without the socks. So I was like, okay, well, I'm like, we'll just give it a try. Let's see how it goes. And even from the get-go, when I was trying on the shoes with the, I think she was like the director or something like that. When I was trying on the shoes with her, she had tried my shoes on before, and she's like, yeah, something's wrong with this, like the back of this left shoe. And I was like, yeah, I can feel it. And so I was like, okay, at least she knows like something's wrong with this. And so, okay, so we got all dressed. Long story short, everybody got dressed. Everybody looked bomb. Like when y'all see this show, like just forget about me. Just don't even look at me, because yeah, look at everybody else. Don't look at me for this show, okay? But yeah, when you see this show, it's gonna be amazing. Like, it's great. Everybody got dressed. Everybody looked good. We went up to the rooftop to do the shoot. I didn't take any photos. I wish I kind of did. I wish I had my phone, but I didn't. Mind you, we have like this rundown for the show of like, okay, like we're gonna do like a walkthrough, and then we're gonna do like the real thing. And I was like, okay, cool, that's nice. They put us in our lines, cool, whatever. At this point, I'm kind of noticing that my shoes are really hurting my feet, and so I was like, wow. And so we did the walkthrough. I was like, okay, I'm getting the hang of these shoes. I'm trying not to like beat myself up. We did the walkthrough, then we did the real thing. I was fine on the walkthrough, then the real thing, my feet started doing weird stuff, and I was like, what is going on? And so I'm walking down like the runway, and I get to the end for the video, and then my left foot wobbles, and I'm like, what's going on? And I was like, of course you would do this when the cameras are filming. Of course, like when we did the walkthrough, it was fine, but now you're like wobbling. I'm like, what's going on? And so then I walk back, and it's like, when I walk back, for some reason, it's like it gets worse, and I'm like trying not to wobble my legs, and I'm like, what is going on? Okay, mind you, there's a lot of pressure on us, but it was such a chill like thing that it didn't feel like it. And like regardless, I wasn't nervous. Like I'm not nervous. Like I wasn't nervous at all. Like, let me tell you, there's big brands there. There's big names there. Like there's LA Magazine, there's Vogue, there's WWD, and I'm just like, that's nice. There was influencers, and I was like, oh, okay, but I wasn't nervous. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try and do my best to represent this brand and do that. But these shoes are killing me. Okay, so we do the real thing, cool, that's nice, but they keep having us walk, so I had to keep sitting down trying to rest my feet. Would barely work out. It would barely rest my feet, and then I have to get back up. And I'm like, mind you, these shoes have no support on the pad, they have no support in the middle, and they have no support on the back. So I'm just like barefooting this whole thing, and I'm like, I wish these shoes had more support so I wasn't in pain all the time. Meanwhile, all these other girls are just fine. I mean, they're you know, they're of course in pain, but like they can walk just fine. Me, I guess I have a hard time not showing that I'm in pain because my walk, honey, like I feel like I can walk, but if my shoes are giving me pain, I have a harder time at masking the walk or the pain while I walk. So yeah, I'm like, if I didn't have pain in the shoe, I feel like I'd be fine like walking. But if there's like no support anywhere and I'm walking 7 times, like we literally walked 7 times, because I guess we did the recording for Fashion Week, and then these different all the different press and stuff kept like, you know, trickling in, and so they would want us to walk every time, and I'm like, y'all, these shoes. And so, oh God, I did not want to be the problem child for this experience. Like, I did not want to, and I was like, what if I am? And then now I am. I feel like my career's over, and it never even started to begin with. I was walking for, I think, WWD's press, and like they could tell, like when I was walking down, like I was wobbling so bad, and they were like, come sit down, like come change shoes. And I was like, oh, I feel bad because I can't walk. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't walk in these shoes, like they are so painful, like legit painful. There is no support for these shoes, and the socks keep sliding, and my left shoe keeps like doing something weird, and I'm just like, God, like it was just so bad. It was so bad. And so I was like embarrassed like for the designer, and then I was like embarrassed for like, I don't know, for myself. I mean, I was more embarrassed for the designer because, you know what, like she and her team picked me to be in her show to represent her bomb clothing, and I'm just like not representing it well because I can't walk in these shoes because the left shoe is like weird and whatever like that. I'm trying not to bomb myself out, but yeah, so I had to like be pulled to the side to get the shoe, and I was like, they're like, yeah, take the or try this different shoe, but the shoe that they were trying to put me into didn't have a backing, and like it was more slippery than the shoe that I already had. So I was like, this isn't gonna work, I'm gonna slip right out of the shoe. Like it was slippery socks and the shoe was slippery, so I'm like, I'm about to slip right out these shoes. So I'm like, I would rather wear the shoes that are killing me than the shoes that are slippery, because I'm just gonna fall out of the shoes. Like, why would I want to do that? They just had me not finish the walk after that. Felt bad about that. Dang. Going into this, I was like, yeah, you gotta do a really good job so they can maybe possibly want you back next year or like next season, whatever. And I'm just like, okay, like I gotta do really good. And like I feel like I was doing good. I think in the beginning, before like my feet started just getting killed by these shoes, I think I was okay, I was fine. So I just felt bad, and so I ended up taking off the socks, and I was like, oh my god, this is so much better without the socks. I'm like, the left shoe is still doing like this thing, but I'm like, it's so much better without the socks. There was like actual like signed people, and there was people who weren't signed, and I was like, dang, like now I just look stupid because I can't freaking walk in these shoes, and I keep complaining about them. And now I'm just like, I just look stupid to people, and I'm like, wow. Which it was funny because when it was happening, I didn't really care what people thought. I was just like, y'all, my feet. And then so we took a group photo. I was luckily sitting down. Took a group photo, that was cool. And then we got to all get undressed, and then the lady, the very nice lady who was over the accessory, she wanted to take a photo in front of, like, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it was her husband's Maserati. Like, it's like a rose gold Maserati. And so it was me and this other girl, her name's Jasmine. We like dressed up pretty similar in like some of the outfits from the show, and then we went outside to like take photos in front of this Maserati, and then I left. I just feel like I bombed everything. Like I'm sitting here in front of all these big brands, and I can't get it right. And I'm like, wow. But I mean, even after the show, like, I kind of sat close to the designer, and she, you know, seemed good of spirits, but she was definitely tired. And the director, she seemed good of spirits too. Like, it didn't seem like, oh, like, you really just messed up. But I'm hard on myself. Like, I know I really messed up, and I'm just like, wow. I'm like, at least I didn't fall, but still, it's kind of like the same equivalent, just a little bit. Everybody was really, really nice regardless. The energy was great. Even when I had to, like, take the shoes off, and when I did have problems with, like, my shoes acting crazy, like, everybody was just very, very kind, very sweet. If you want to check it out, just go check out my Instagram. I'll probably have it someplace in my Instagram. I don't know. Like, I really wanted to do a good job, but I didn't want to stand out at all, because, I mean, that's what models aren't supposed to do. They're not supposed to stand out for any reason, and I did. So, alright guys, if you have any kind comments for me, leave them in the description below. Alright, I'm gonna leave. I'll see y'all for the next video next week.